Did you know that the most incredible and awe-inspiring corporate headquarters might not be in the United States? It might not even be found in Europe either, because I came upon a company headquartered just outside Seoul in South Korea. Now that's 1,000 miles away from here. South Korea is known for the Korean wave, which includes K-pop, a wide array of TV dramas, and fantastic cinema. But I guess you didn't know that it is home to one of the world's largest corporate headquarters. You may have guessed that I'm talking about Samsung's Digital City, but I can assure you, nothing prepares you for what I am about to show you in this video. Let's have a quick look at the Samsung Group. Did you know that the Samsung Group was founded in 1938? Well, it was. And the name Samsung has an interesting story behind it. Samsung roughly translates to 3 stars and comes from 2 Korean words, Sam, which means 3, and Sung, which means stars. In Korean lore, the tri-star symbol is said to culturally represent something big, numerous, and powerful. Samsung was founded and named by Lee Byung-chul. And even though it was a small trading company at the time, he had a firm conviction that his company would be big, numerous, and powerful. The name appears as prophetic as the company because by 1970, it had produced a black and white TV. And by 1986, it tried its hand at mobile phones with its version of the car phone. The car phone venture would fail. Now that you have a little background story about Samsung, let's look at Samsung's Digital City. So why would any corporate headquarters be named a city? One could understand the digital, but to name a headquarters a city? Really? Friends, those were my thoughts when I first heard about the name of Samsung's headquarters. Curiosity got the best of me, and I soon found out how the headquarters got that name. In addition, I also found out some fun facts that I will be sharing later on in this video, so keep watching. Now, Samsung's Digital City might not be as big as New York or LA, but what do you call a jaw-dropping 390 square kilometer property with about 35,000 employees? Hold that thought for a moment. So why does Samsung require so much space? Here's where it gets interesting. Unknown to most folks this side of the world, the Samsung Group is into many markets. From information technology products and consumer electronics to shipbuilding, construction, and insurance, among other things. Here's a brain teaser for you. Can you guess who built the 828-meter-high Burj Khalifa skyscraper in Dubai? For those who don't already know, Samsung Construction was involved in building the world's tallest skyscraper at the time of this video. With so many companies, 59 listed and 19 listed on the Korean exchange, on the global business landscape, it is only natural that its headquarters needs so much space. But its sheer size isn't the only thing that's interesting about the Digital City. I also found that its location has some historical appeal to it. 12 years after Samsung was founded, the Korean War broke out. At the time, its headquarters was in Seoul, and some significant damage was done to the company's Seoul facilities. Thankfully, Samsung also had another facility in Suwon, which is some 30 kilometers away from Seoul. Now, Suwon is the last entirely walled city in South Korea, so Samsung's facilities in Suwon were saved from damage by the walls. So, like any well-meaning founder of a business venture, Lee Byung-chul decided to relocate Samsung's headquarters to Suwon to safeguard his company. The company kept growing over the years until it became a leading multinational company that makes up about 15% of South Korea's GDP. Its headquarters kept growing in size too, and at the time of making this video, it cost the Samsung Group millions of dollars to maintain Digital City each year. But I guess you didn't click on this video to find out about all that, so let's get to the meat of the video, inside the Digital City. As you already guessed, there are loads of offices, labs, and other stuff you'd find at this company's headquarters, but trust me, there's more. So let's start with the skyscraping towers. Digital City has a university campus vibe, but I guess you'd never see 4 38-story towers at any university college in the world. These massive towers are home to the office spaces for its workers. I also found multiple smaller towers, at least 10, and about 130 buildings that house the labs, more offices, recreational spaces like cafes and clubs, and a kindergarten school for employees' children. There's even a guest house for researchers who choose to visit. Then there's the excellent employee benefits and perks. Although Samsung is the biggest company in South Korea, it has a work culture with a soft spot for its employees. Maybe that could be traced to the company's humble beginnings in 1938, when it had just 40 employees and it dealt in locally grown produce and making noodles. Whatever the reason for its approach to work, I'm pretty sure that the Digital City employees will be glad. Guys, there is a horde of cafeterias inside Digital City. Catering to tens of thousands of people is no small feat. So there are over 100 menus in these cafeterias, so employees never get to eat the same thing twice if they want. But the best part is that the employees can eat anything they want for free. Can you imagine a city of people milling around cafeterias eating whatever they want for free? Well, that's Digital City for you. As if that's not a whole lot of eating being done, there are also several outlets for international food franchises like McDonald's in Digital City. But beyond the free food and drinks, employees at Digital City also enjoy free transportation around the campus. They also enjoy free medical services from on-site medical professionals. And there are medical transport services for cases that need to be referred to hospitals outside Digital City. To show you how thoughtful the management is, employees have access to some 9,000 umbrellas that they can use to move around the city when it rains, or if the sun is relatively high. Wouldn't it be fun to enjoy weekly rock concerts, fashion shows, and talk shows? Well, these are some of the weekly events that employees get to enjoy at Digital City. After all, like they say, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Now, with so many perks and benefits, I bet Samsung employees in other locations would give an arm and a leg to work at the Digital City. Well, wouldn't you? But there's even more. Let's check out the Digital City facilities. You might have already guessed that the Samsung Group is devoted to creating the right work-life balance for its employees, so it has built its headquarters to make them as conducive as possible. For starters, there's the Samsung Innovative Museum that describes and details the company's long history, so the employees have an excellent grasp of the company's vision and how far it has come. Part of the company's approach to work is to allow its employees to pursue their private passions and interests on the grounds of the headquarters. So there are several clubs for its employees to explore. So whether it's sports, painting, rock climbing, or paragliding, there is just a club for them to have fun at. I counted at least 3 soccer fields, 10 basketball courts, 4 badminton courts, 2 baseball diamonds, an Olympic-sized swimming pool, and a great climbing wall. I found out a lot about Samsung's Digital City, but there was one thing that I found out that got me thinking, and that is the fact that Digital City is community-oriented. Being a business person can be challenging. You'd have to make a lot of seemingly selfish decisions if you are to survive in what is easily a cutthroat industry. Now imagine being a global business with branches worldwide and hundreds of thousands of employees. It is easy for a corporate body to forget that it is all about humans, especially as it struggles to stay in business. But that's not how it works with Samsung Group. For close to 6 decades, Digital City has opened its doors to the Suwon City residents. The locals can access its premium healthcare services, among other services open to the locals. But there is one other mind-blowing thing that I found at Digital City. Remember when I told you about the massive amount of free food consumed daily at Digital City? Well, guess what? All of that food is locally sourced at Suwon. Talk about giving back to the community. Now that's that about Samsung's Digital City. What did you think about it? I look forward to hearing from you in the comments section. As always, thanks for watching.